Okay, we are back for more Phantasy Star. So it turns out the whole issue at the beginning of a last stream was indeed a Streamlabs problem. Apparently a recent update has just broken NDI audio for Streamlabs, as I kind of suspected. And there's nothing to do except wait for them to fix it. So it is what it is. I still have not updated my Switch. That's fine. And we'll see if we start the sequel today, or if I decide to order pizza instead. We shall see. That's some retro. These games on the Genesis had really, they had box art. That's similar style of like Western fantasy, like why it does not match the vibe of this almost like PC Engine style TurboGrafx visual novel appearance that they have with their cutscenes. All right, so we got to the third planet, Dezoris. Called Desolus in future games, and we apparently have to go through some ice passages somewhere. So we're gonna be getting more of these vibes. Seems like this is just going to be a linear affair. I spoke too soon. Nice. I am definitely excited to potentially start Phantasy Star 2, honestly. And looking into it, doing some research for my own benefit, turns out the trend for it to be this weird, almost Western style game is more pronounced, even in Phantasy Star 2 compared to 3 and 4. 3 is weird. It's its own weird beast. I actually looked into things here. So this game came out like the year after Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy 1, but then Phantasy Star 2 and 3 came out like right after each other, before any of the Super Nintendo Final Fantasies. And then Phantasy Star 4 came out after Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest 5. So that's kind of the timeline. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, that's a horrible sound effect. Like, that's a guaranteed 60 damage, so we're gonna keep it. And there is something about the Master System sound chip compared to the Genesis. Also Game Gear energy as well. This sounds very similar. Played a lot of Sonic Triple Trouble back in the day. And that's very much like the Game Gear Sonic the Hedgehog was terrible. Oh my. Okay, yeah, no, we're turning that down. We're turning that down. That is shrill. Okay, I'll just remember to bump that up again later. Holy crap. Oh. I was not expecting the that weapon. Oh my god, the volume did nothing. It's still terrible to listen to. But I'm not gonna sabotage the playthrough just for audio. This is part of the experience. Okay, let's fill out the map. We're apparently gonna have to come back through here anyway. But now I'm understanding why Dezoris is such a small planet. It seems like it's a lot of just taking tunnels from point A to point B. I actually kind of want to review once we're all done, like what the critical path of this game is, because we've been doing so much extra stuff that normally. Ooh, White Dragon, huh? Interesting. Oh, I accidentally select run. Selected. Because I wonder if this game actually like makes the final boss like difficult that you need all the final weapons for. Because the actual difficulty of the game, apart from oh shit, Odin's almost dead. But yeah, the actual difficulty, apart from just we're getting more experience and we're leveling faster, is apparently no different. Gotta heal Odin. Now should probably heal themselves. And I was thinking like, hey, maybe I shouldn't induct the volume down by 20% like I normally do and only make it like 10%. But no, that gun, what, hold on, what gun is that again? A laser gun, sure. It sounds just as terrible. God. Well, I mean, it probably would have killed Odin anyway, so it's probably for the best. So the question tonight is basically if I move on to Phantasy Star 2 if I want to order pizza before midnight. Because Domino's Pizza in my area on Mondays, they have a 50% offer code, so... But you got, they're kind of shitty in that, you know, even though they're open till 1, they don't count the discount code after 1 AM. Because it's technically the next day. That said, I think Sunday up till 1 AM they don't count it either. It's like I get it. It's the drum up bit. Oh, executive. Oh my god, this chest burster looking motherfucker. Actually, now that I think about it, what are the things that cause the chest bursters? Is there a particular name for that? I know head crabs are a Half-Life thing. The nice thing though about like switching over to the other Phantasy Stars is that we'll be playing that through the Sega Genesis Classics bundle that Sega made available, and those are like running through a proper emulator, so you have not only save states, but there's also a fast forward and rewind option on the shoulder buttons. Now, encounter rate will be high if it's like if the original rates were high for those games, but we'll just have to deal with that. The fun thing about watching Sega collections come out though is that they lost the source code for a lot of those old games, So you look at the list of games that are available in that compilation, and it's like, okay, so they got columns 1 and columns 3, but not columns 2. And I'm assuming that's the reason. I personally don't understand why there are multiple columns games. The first one was great in its own right, and I'm not sure how much you could add to a sequel. Alright. And then all these towns are also underground. Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking of when they designed this planet. Whew. That's efficient. It's safe to say money is not going to be a problem anymore. Ah! Sure, Nina. Thank you. As you can see, I also updated my Hydrate Redeem. Because, you know, you gotta show it off. It's just too good not to. All right. I didn't want to go through the effort of looking for like a sloshing sound effect, so I went with the bonk. That's not how you spell neighboring, Saga. The neighboring village are all liars. Don't listen to them. Okay, here's where the team just stopped localizing properly. Yeah, so these are the natives of Desolus. As the previous town we were in still had citizens from Palma. And the farmers are supposed to be the natives of Motavia. They're just enemies. The Nog? Sure. Here you go. Why do they have 2 secondhand shops? Oh, there's an ice digger. Noggin all night. I literally bought more eggs, heavy cream, and milk to make some eggnog tonight. I'm actually going to do something I didn't try before. I'm going to use maple syrup instead of sugar when I make it and see how that turns out. Hopefully that'll be an interesting flavor. It won't mess up the cooking process or anything. Alright, well, we just got a secondhand ice digger, as you do. Okay. We of this town hate Pullmans. Do you know what an aero prism is? No. It lets you see another world. I'd like to see one sometime. Lerma trees go the lerma berries. Those berries are most important food, but it shrivels up after a few moments, unless it is put in Laconian pot. Okay, I was wondering why we got that a while ago. The west of Corona Tower is the Desores Cave. Our friends are in there. Give them our best, okay? The Corona Tower stands on the far side of the mountain, and to the north of this village. I'm curious what in the Japanese script led to this accent. The neighboring village are all liars, don't listen to them. Hey, Slum Baby with the raid. Hey, Slum. I was gonna ask how you're doing, but I know roughly how you're doing. Where did you end off with the model? Welcome on, everyone. My name is Tyz, as you may or may not be familiar, aka the Sun Shower Tiger. Could I interest you in some eggnog, mayhaps? Courtesy of everyone's favorite Fonuna. Hot off the presses. And thank you for the resub. Wait, yes, that was a resub from Mod. That threw me off. But yeah, we got a fancy new emote. So now you have access to that, Mod. Welcome on in, everyone. This is some old school gaming. This is the port of Phantasy Star, an old Sega Master System game, but it's available on Switch. And this is one of my favorites, RPG series. Not a lot of people are familiar with Phantasy Star compared to, you know, Dragon Quest or Final Fantasy, so I decided to go through them all. And we have gotten to the ice planet of vague German accents. So we're doing whatever this voice is supposed to be. This town welcomes all Palmins. Yes, indeed, we do. Literally, another guy just said, we hate them. We hate them all. If you use a crystal in front of a Lerna tree, it will become, yes, a Lerna nut. Yes, indeed. I might change it to shake. That's a good point. Maybe send me a DM as a reminder, Cthulhu's. I was worried about the word nog because of how some people use that on the internet. Ah! Hello, Mama. How you doing? You can walk from the 10th level of the dungeon under the Zorus, yes. The 10th level. Oh no. That's a lot. Okay, that immediately scrolled off screen. Lerma berries are blue Lerma nuts used in dyes, yes. They are, indeed. Okay, I don't know if we should go to this church or not, but there's a spring of life in the Corona Tower, there is, yes. So the main reason we're going here is that if we need to teleport back to a town, we go back to the last church that we visited. And fair warning, if people hate shrill sounds when we get into the battles, currently a laser gun that we have is kind of ear-splitting. I reduced the volume of the game, but it's still pretty bad. So to those that have issues with like tinnitus sounds and stuff like that, fair warning. But Evil Head. Okay, so yeah, we are just fighting the locals again. Okay, cool. Oh, he has a gun. All right, fair. All right, just we're invading an alien planet apparently. But of course, Slum, as you've probably already gone to do, but just in case you haven't, make sure you take care of yourself, get some eat, drink, and actually get some goddamn sleep, girl. But if you're down to hang out, you're of course welcome to chill out, come back when you're taking care of yourself, etc., etc. Much appreciated. Whoops, that's the wrong button. Oh, that's pretty. I quite like that environment. All right. So. Are we just gonna be using the ice digger then? I don't like how our last page is full of burgers. Yeah, let's go! No? Was there an exit to that town that I had missed? Okay. I'm gonna look up the map real quick. Unfortunately, this is a very directionless game. Okay. I think the problem is that what I'm looking at is just referring to a bunch of these passages by numbers, and there's nothing in the game that tells me which passage is which. I think we have to go back a little bit. Oof. Yeah, this game can be quite mean. It's got traps. In any of the chests, potentially, both the ones that pop up in dungeons and the ones that all monsters seem to carry in lieu of just dropping money. And we don't need a flash because we already have an infinite use flashlight. We're gonna have a burger break at some point. just stuff everybody's faces with burgers. Because we got no room for anything else right now. Okay. So we should be able to go west. There we go. We are kind of in the late game, so we're kind of just going around grabbing endgame equipment. This game's critical path is actually quite strange and unclear in a lot of respects. What have you come for? Do you intend some mischief? I'm surprised that guy didn't try and attack us. So this is apparently supposed to be a morgue. So we're probably gonna be encountering a lot of undead enemies. Ugh. That is unpleasant. How's everybody doing today? This game has a lot of downtime, so anything you'd like to chat about would be nice. I was just remarking to Specs and Fununa earlier that I went and got some more ingredients to make some more eggnog today. And I'm gonna try making it with maple syrup instead of sugar. I haven't tried that before, so it could end in disaster. We'll have to see. Could end up being really nice. I really just have some maple syrup I've been meaning to get rid of, and well, depending on the amount of eggnog you're making, the recipe calls for a cup or 2 of sugar. Okay, we're probably gonna come back through here, so let's just try and gun it to the end of this dungeon. Oh boy. That was a dead end. Oh no! We're officially full up on burgers. That's a shame. No, burgers dropped and burgers picked up. I want the burger though. I wish it just gave you an opportunity to use the item on the spot. Alright. Feed the cat a burger, because why not? So despite being a fantasy game, the only healing items in this game are burgers and cola. Want there to be an epilogue like the heroes have triumphed over the villainous Lassic, only to succumb to diabetes and heart attacks from clogged arteries. Because all I ate for weeks was just cola and burger. Hopefully this wasn't the 10-floor dungeon that was mentioned. Down we go. Oh, interesting. That actually leads to that floor. Ah, sneaky. There's a door on the other side of that leads to a pit trap. That's fiendish. And if there's anyone not currently lurking, what was your first JRPG? Mine, I'm pretty sure, if I didn't play Final Fantasy 1 at a friend's house, my first one was actually Phantasy Star 4 for the Genesis. Never actually played this one until it got the Switch port. And I'll be honest, playing this back in the day would have been kind of miserable. Because the addition of the map feature and the increased experience and reduced encounter rate, kind of huge. It's far from an unplayable game, it just would have taken a lot of time investment and a lot of graph paper. I'd love to use magic with Noah more frequently, but the problem is, like, we get into one boss fight and we blow through like 3/4 of his MP. Okay, let's just run. I'm tired of fighting zombies. I also got a new spell for Noah. What would that be? Probably open? Door sealed with magic. Actually, no, we should already have that. Based on this chart here. Just like the notion of a zombie clutching onto a treasure chest. Interestingly enough, it seems a lot of these fights are actually scripted. Because we're getting a little monster icon appearing on the map. Oh, I wonder... That door over to the east, did we have to use Meow's trap magic to disarm it? Maybe you're actually intended to do that for the first time ever. Oh, and I wonder if we have to use Noah's open magic to open that that one mysterious door back on Palma. That would be really weird if the actual progression of the game required you to just level up a character to a certain point. Huh. Interesting thought. A fast forward button for this dungeon would be immensely appreciated if there was one. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, that is exactly what we have to do. I also wanted to see what the help spell does. Increases an ally's strength. Okay. And there are no magic stats, so that would probably work. Okay. Magic, Meow, trap. Meow spotted and disarmed the trap. Ah, there we go. We got the Laconian armor. Laconian armor. So apparently it's recommended to give that to Odin. Alright. We're out of here. All right. So apparently next we need to get that arrow prism that was mentioned. So I've been tabbed out this entire time and didn't realize I was still holding out the eggnog. That's fine though. Frostman. Yeah, the previous one of these guys was actually pretty intimidating. This guy, not so much. Nah, that's cool. It's just a little silly. Oh my god, come on. Okay, does being on a vehicle reduce the encounter rate? That'll be really nice. Here we go. Okay, so the cave, I think that's the cave we came out of. Well. Alright. Not sure why we couldn't go through the previous mountains, but sure. Only certain... Oh my god, that's so cryptic. That's so cryptic. Only certain ice can be broken through. More explosions? Oh, got a magic hat. Wonder if that's hinting that we can actually use that on something in here. Or something coming up. Okay, so the White Dragon actually kind of kicked our ass, so... I'm gonna use Protect. There we go. God! Well, that was short-lived. Or maybe Odin was just low on health and I didn't notice. That's still so unnecessary. Raise the air prism towards the heavens. You should then be able to see the dark castle. Oh, that's the thing that people were talking about was floating everywhere. So that's why we can't just go and fight Lassic, because he's just chilling somewhere, flying from planet to planet on his floating castle. Oh. I assumed that the final dungeon was going to be back on Palma. Alright. It's time for Attack on Titan. No, they're not even that strong anyway. Let's try casting Help on Noah. He's bursting with strength. I don't think that made a difference. The defensive magic is so good. Also, in the next game, there's defensive magic that halves the damage of everything. So it's super worth it. There we go. We got the Arrow Prism. Alright. On all the ice reseals itself. Okay. Here's where things get confusing. Because the guide is now directing us to the quote-unquote fourth ice tunnel, which it never made that distinction previously. The thing is, it'd be nice to stop by a town to heal. But I don't know what the nearest one is without having to go through a bunch of caves anyway. So we're just gonna move on. So northeast of the air prism. I'm assuming this is it, because this is one we haven't been in yet. Oh, that was easy. All right. Mammoth. Pretty tanky, it seems. Right. This is gonna be another big dungeon. Latsik lives in fear of the crystal possessed by the soothsayer named Damour. There is something special about it, without a doubt. Okay. I feel like there is nothing that really directed us to go to this planet. Like, it's just kind of an option that we had. What have you come for? Do you intend some mischief? Okay, so this is gonna be a proper tower format, it feels like. This ends up being a dead end. As soon as we got our own custom spaceship, it was just one of the travel destinations we could have selected. This is, I think you're kind of supposed to clue into the fact that, oh, hey, everything on Dazorus costs a ton of money. But it seems that the Ice Digger is only necessary to get the, Well, no, we needed the air prism, which means it is part of the core progression. Well, there's gear on the planet that is also quite expensive. So even not necessarily just based on level per se, but you could be limited based on your money. Because it feels like equipment in this game has more of an impact on your characters than their levels. Levels are more for unlocking new abilities. See, that feels to me like either there's going to be like a whole bunch of potential drops on the entire floors. We're gonna totally run out of MP, aren't we? Oh, that only costs 2. That's not too bad. No, we definitely could have come here. Ow. It's just we wouldn't have been able to get the air prism until we had at least 12,000 Miseta, and we wouldn't have been able to purchase any of the armor and weapons here. So I guess the question is how difficult it would have been without that gear. Yeah, much like the antlion situation, yeah, you could probably just go here and like get beaten up by the enemies. There's nothing really stopping you from doing that. Okay, let's finish exploring that floor, and then I'm gonna have to go heal, I reckon. Because we can still fly back to that town. Oh, it's this guy again. It isn't even that hard, why? No, the main benefit to leveling up seems to be the unlocking new spells. And if anything, story progression seems like it might be gated by leveling up. Because there's a magic door skill that we haven't actually had to use yet. And there's still a door, like, way back at the beginning of the game that leads to something significant that we were not able to open. You found Burger. It is interesting in retrospect seeing like this whole map and how all the maps are designed to fit into a similar grid shape. Because there's no reason they should have to. It just makes it easier for designing. And they knew it is, because the dungeon themes do return. But in a much more appropriate setting. In my opinion. Alright. Magic. Alice. Fly. It's really interesting to see how this series like evolves in a very short period of time. You know, compared to the Final Fantasy games and Dragon Quest, which they evolved in more of a narrative capacity, certainly. But in terms of like the actual game design, Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest really remained quite samey until like the PS1. I would argue. But like Phantasy Star, it feels like everyone tried to slightly change up kind of the series' aesthetic. Okay, well, that was a complete waste trying to escape that. Why are these guys actually doing like pretty significant damage at this stretch of the game? Like, these enemies can literally be encountered just east of the starting town. Like, if anything, you'd expect they would have at least recolored them. I mean, that is certainly something that the game does. Oh my gosh. It's also interesting in retrospect how these guys are just shooting us with guns compared to how the Dazolians are in future games. I should mention that Phantasy Star 4 is the only one that I've actually finished. I feel like I got about halfway through 2, and then I barely ever started 3, because it's very different in ways I don't personally appreciate. But we'll have use of the fast forward function. I can mitigate some of that. Because for some reason with Phantasy Star 3, they were like, yeah, let's go back to the walk speed from Phantasy Star 1. And it was terrible. Yeah, I still don't understand why the map sometimes detects extra tiles. Yeah, no, bye. Cool. That would have been a long one. God damn it. See, now that we potentially need to disarm traps to progress, I'm like, well, now I have even less reason to use traps spells. So many prompts on that item. All right. Now I need to walk carefully, because I have no reason not to expect there to be more pitfalls. I'm honestly surprised there aren't, Welcome in, Ida! How you doing, man? I'm surprised there hasn't been a chest yet that causes a pitfall to appear underneath me. Yeah, so you might have missed it in the previous stream, but like one of the early game critical path things is you need to bribe the governor so that he'll have an audience with you and agree to help you fight the dystopic villain Lassic. Yeah, we'll drop an escaper for a cola. Oh no, we'll drop a flash. Perfect. And so you go to a random ass cave at the far north of a continent. You spelunk through a cave, and then you find a man who's operating a bakery at the bottom of a cave dungeon. And it's like, sorry, my shop's in such a weird location. Hey, if you want a cake, it's $1,000. And then you're like, sure, I will take your $1,000 cake. And then he charges you only $320. And then he gives you shortcake. And then you go to another planet and use the shortcake to bribe the governor. And that's required as part of the progression for this game. And then the governor is like, hey, I'm gonna hook you up with a wizard. And you're like, hell yeah. So Senshi out here just making shortcake in outer space. Ah. Delicious and Dungeon or Trailblazing on Tinder? Except they want you to see their happy trail. But yeah, I'm glad I kept watching this show. Again, for me, it didn't really pass the 3-episode test because they went like so heavy on the cooking aspect. And like, not that it's bad, it's just that it doesn't help that part. Like something that's actually, this is a very minor complaint, but something that does throw me off because of the way that I'm watching it is that I'm not getting subtitles for the food when it's done. And that actually bothers me. It's like sometimes I'm like, hey, that looks delicious. I wish I knew what it was. And they don't always say it. But like the English dub is phenomenal. Everyone's fucking killing it. Everyone has such great voices. I really love, again, Chilchuck, my favorite character. I relate to him a lot. His voice actor is really interesting. I love the way that they are, again, this very Japanese style D&D theme, but just the other creative world building aspects that they have, like the way that mimics work, treasure bugs, all that stuff. Oh hell yeah! No, Elias's voice actor is killing it. That one episode with the were they mermaids or sirens? I think they were mermaids. And then he looks at the fishman and he's like, I didn't say anything yet. That delivery was so good. I really wish Crunchyroll, I really wish Crunchyroll would post clips of their dubs. Even though it's Netflix, I just remembered. I don't fucking pay attention anymore. Everything when it comes to like anime streaming is like, I'd like to favorite some of these awesome scenes, but I don't want to, you know, go to random like 420 Blaze It Donut Lord on YouTube to get my like 480p or like scaled down 720p clip with bad audio. This fire was lit during the eclipse, which occurs once every 100 years. If you give me a gem from a dragon, I'll give you some of this fire. How about it? No? Then what did you come for? Yeah, take this eclipse torch. Alright. Oops. Wrong button. Okay. So again, we've got some more very ambiguous directions here. And it looks like we'll be able to leave this planet behind, thankfully. Very shortly. And then we'll be in the endgame proper. You just didn't see what they turn into. Because people are always talking about slime girls, people not talking about the slime boys. Oh my god, this encounter rate. Please, let me run. Thank you. Yeah. Aw. That's a phrase. Stalker blocks any retreat. What kind of game are we playing? So I think the problem is that they have been numbering these ice tunnels, but then the tunnel to Twin Town, which is where we bought the ice digger, is not considered the fourth tunnel. It is considered the tunnel to Twin Town. So I think what I need to do is I need to go over here again. Oh my god. Please. Yeah. It's that slime time. Is that an old, like, Animaniacs bit? Like Mime Time or something like that? West to the edge of the mountains. No, I know that. I said a thing in a particular cadence. Okay. Tree. Tree. Alice raises torch towards the sky. Alice takes the nut of Lerma and puts it in the Laconian pot. Nuts. All right. Sure. Vroom. Now we go back to the start of the game. Do we? We're missing something. I scrolled past something. Tank underground. wait, no. Oh, no, please. Oh. Oh, that guy's new. I can't say I can recall what you're talking about. Ooh. Well, that's rough. There's an old arcade game from Konami that got ported to the NES. Not a lot of people talk about it. There was a game called Jackal. That was pretty cool. It was basically like a top-down perspective. Basically, I would describe it as like I suppose you could kind of compare it to like Pocky and Rocky, or almost like a top-down Contra. I know there was like an old like Rambo game or something that was again like from the back isometric perspective, and you were scrolling like up. Be careful up ahead. At the break in the road, go to the left. So apparently this guy is the liar we were warned about earlier. And if we take the wrong path, we apparently get a ceramic shield instead. This would be more of a problem if there were actually enemies to fight. I'm taking all right turns. I don't know if that's actually what I'm supposed to be doing anymore. Well, apparently we got played. God damn it. Let's use buy. It's funny how to the point the spells are in this compared to what they did with the magic system in 2 and onward. I think it's a much more creative magic system, but it's still weird. Ow. It's much more similar to what Final Fantasy did with, like, Firaga. Scorpius. It definitely gets to a point where, like, fighting a single enemy is not all that threatening. I've remarked before that the traps and chests do more damage than anything else. And that still remains true. That ain't good. God. Well, we tried. It's a shame that Sega lost a lot of their Sega Genesis game source codes. There are so many games from that generation I would love to see come back. That's one that I've never heard of. Ow. There we go. So I still want to explore the remaining floors of the dungeon. It's going to be a lot easier if I get out of here first. Yeah, there's a scene that's done it with a few games, because they also made Double Dash online, I believe. Bye. Oh no! Oh, that's mean. Oh, that's mean. Wait, what? Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's really funny. Oh, you just can't escape, and then the chest at the end blows up. Oh, that's great. Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. So, yeah, he wasn't even talking about that. I thought that his hint was to cause us to go for the ceramic shield and assume that was the reward. Because the guy described it as a decoy. I'm not sure why they would describe it like that, because there's nothing otherwise that would make you stop exploring this place. I will say, it took me for the longest time to figure out what I was looking at in terms of those stair icons. Just the pink one is an up arrow on top of the stairs going up, and then the blue one is an arrow on top of the stairs going down. It's just unless you really squint at it. Oh, this is not good. Bye. Oh my god. All right. I also watched the first 2 episodes of the live-action Fallout. It's not bad, but I'm not quite sure why everyone is, like, all about it. I think I'm just not a big Fallout fan, in general. Not that I ever proclaimed that I was. Okay, I'm gonna save. I'm worried that Alice is gonna die, but I don't want to waste healing. Never got very far in Fallout 3. I got like way too distracted, and I felt like compared to like Oblivion, there were far more mind goblins for the way that I would engage with exploration. Like anytime I came across a fucking minefield, I would have to disarm all the mines and pocket them all, and that had its own problem. And I didn't like how VATS, like, you know, you'd get bad accuracy sometimes despite the rating, and then it's just like, okay, well, now I'm gonna min-max this. I'm gonna save scum and min-max this fight sequence. And like fighting things normally felt like you would just take too much damage in the process, so I would always insist on using VATS so much. Okay. So now, okay, we should probably heal. This place also has a second-hand shop, so let's sell some of our duplicate items. Oh, yeah, Jesus Christ. What is that program called again? Parsec. I'm going to assume it uses a different application. I still don't know what we ever used this flute for. The flute and the compass, for that matter. Alright, and then that's a duplicate magic hat, right? Yeah. So we need to go back to Paseo on Motavia, because there was diamond armor that was way too expensive and we just never went back to grab it. I'm curious how the latency is for Parsec compared to Steam Remote Play together. Because I know when I played Pizza Possum with Hyacinth, he complained about there being some lag. And I think Kana actually also had some issues with Kojima Mineral. Wasn't quite so pronounced when we played Haven. I think that game was just designed to be a little bit better in terms of just not having to be on point with all your inputs necessarily. definitely be happy to leave this planet behind. I'll say that much. Don't think I'm gonna finish in time to order pizza, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Oh, interesting. These guys can just appear as random encounters. Cool. Oh, interesting. The icon actually shows you which planet you're on the map there. Like, not only like I noticed it said like the name of the planet before. I just didn't realize it actually circled the one that you're on in the solar system. Yeah, those guys are creepy. Oh, right, the base version of the alien is called the Facehugger. That's correct. Yeah, let's go to Uzo, because I'd like to not get my passport taken for my illegal space travel. Okay, so Motavia is a desert planet because it's the closest to the sun, and Dazorus is all icy because it's the furthest from the sun. Makes sense. And then Palma is balanced. Land Rover. How do we get from here to... Oh. I thought the entire point of the rover was that we can drive over the antlands. Where... Okay, I'm looking up a map. Okay, so Paseo is like just north. Okay, it actually makes more sense to use the hovercraft. Huh? That's weird. All right. Or was it the road pass that we would get confiscated? Oh yeah, that was still super expensive. Wow. All right. Okay. Now to hit up what should be the final dungeon. Definitely excited to not have to, like, screen transition anytime I want to do something. Yeah, let me do it before. It's being so picky now. Here we go. Back home. Oh, right. No. Hey guys, bye guys. Oh, is that why there's a passport on in Paseo in case you get yours confiscated? Interesting. Let's actually show what that looks like. I'm curious what the rationale is. I still haven't needed to use the open magic. Howdy. The spaceport is closed. We are confiscating your passport. Huh. So that apparently happens when you get your own ship. So I wonder if that's supposed to be Lassic shutting down space travel. So, we're finally here. Oh, we got Resurrection. Oh, that is gated by level progression. How about that? Oh, there's a Dezori in here. Have you found the Yaman Guaran? It can be found at the far side of a pit trap. Okay, this final boss might actually kick her ass. Well, aren't you something? Or is it just like a hint dungeon? What is this? All who face Lassic lose their souls to his magic. That sounds familiar. Get me out of here, but it's in vain. So this is some kind of prison. It's foolish to try to get Lassic. Again, it's interesting that the magic lamp seems to auto-use, but nothing else does. Lassic is gonna sacrifice us! Ah! This place is apparently by a Malay, that we heard about like way back in the beginning. There's a tower on the top of Baya Malay. Something secret is hidden at the top of the tower. Or maybe not. I thought that's what this place was. I guess this is just a hint dungeon. There are guards up ahead. No. Do you have your road pass? You are a fool. You will die. Apparently there's a reason we're saying no. I don't know what it is. But presumably we'll need our road pass later. Alright. On the other side. I should have stopped at a church. Oh well. Interesting. It seems like Sega may have actually flip-flopped on a localization decision we're going to encounter somewhat soonish. I just saved, right? We'll do it again just in case. Apparently there's someone we're supposed to avoid in here. Dr. Mad. He's back. Dr. Mad is killed. Alright. That's the guy who wanted to experiment on Meow earlier. For some reason. We got the Laconian pop from him for some reason. So we could put the nut in there. Whoops. Oh, I'd rather not fight you. Interesting. So apparently the hovercraft can be used on lava. That's fun. Whoa. Alright. Another magic door. So apparently... Yeah, we need the crystal that was mentioned before by finding Demore the Soothsayer. Soothsayer. And that is critical for progression as well. And now we're hitting hard. God. burger. Just raiding Demore's pantry, apparently. Oh, I should change my category on Twitch now that we've been live for a bit. There we go. Probably need to go back and further explore that first floor. As long as we can fully explore the other ones in the interim, that'll be good. Well, damn it. And I'll certainly take an arrow over the bomb. Iron axe. Why even? God damn it. Oh, and sorcerers on top of that. And so, this is kind of unrelated to anything. The trailer for Deadpool and Wolverine came out today. I feel like it's going to be kind of a weird one as far as Marvel movies go. Could be very cool, but... Oh, interesting! The number of enemies is random! So the enemy square still persists, but the number of enemies... Oh. Oh, yeah. Oh, the game didn't like that. There goes the music. And now you get to hear the weird sticky click noises of the fucking Switch gamepad. Iron sword, sure. Why not? No, it's back. Oh, the battle. All right. Battle music is there, but the dungeon music has been defeated. Okay. Well, clearly, this first staircase is not going to lead anywhere, so we may as well take it first. Another magic lamp. I guess it's nice that they give one to you at the very end of the game. I mean, this game is kind of designed that you could potentially wander into anything, let's be honest here, but... it seems really impractical. And then not only did we get a second magic lamp, but now the game is offering us flashes. I feel like item drops from enemies are actually very rare. And flash seems to be the most common one by far. I feel like it would add a lot more character to the game if there were more common drops. Or if you could, like, sometimes get items from enemy drops, like, or equipment. Because I feel as that always adds a lot of character to certain enemy types. I'm gonna see what happens when I reload the save, actually. Because it's getting a little weird playing this with no background music. There we go. As much as I enjoy first-person dungeon crawling, Skull N. Kind of like that pattern on the shield. But yeah, it is getting kind of old hat, and I am looking forward to the top-down view of the other games. I don't know if it's going to be necessary or how much I'm going to lean on it, but I do have a guide for Phantasy Star 2, and it actually shows the maps and stuff. So it'll be easier to make sure we get everything. Talking about Marvel earlier, just something there being a problem, being like, Flash is not needed? Well, DC. Oh, that seems to be a progression. I do wish the doors in the dungeon would stay open after they've been unlocked. Because it's still bizarre to me that you get one, like, skeleton key early in the game, and it's as capable of unlocking everything, even on different planets. Oh. What is this? Where did I get the miracle key from? I like how there was a magic door that was concealing a burger. Something that I kind of would have appreciated for the map feature is a, something that mentioned, like, what floor that you're on. Cola is abandoned. Lightsaber. There's one green space there. I guess we're gonna come back through another staircase or something. Where does this go? Yeah, I literally have no idea what floor that is or how that connects to anything else. Hold on. I saw this earlier and I didn't comment on it. Okay, no, for some reason it was just the way that I was scrolling, I thought it was misspelling number as noober. Also, I haven't really been paying attention. Did, like, Alice's magic cap, like, really early in the game or something? For MP, specifically? I'm curious about that. Because I feel like she's been in the 20s for a long time. I felt that was coming at some point. It's probably going to bring us down to the previous floor. Any of the dungeons with this theme, except for like one of them, are like really long. I got 2 magic lamps. May as well feed everybody some burgers. Okay, let's finish exploring this floor, because we're deep in here. It's very strange that there are no items to recover MP at all, and they decided to cap healing items at only 40 HP. Oh no. Those guys are hard to escape from for some reason. They're not even that strong. I'm starting to wonder if maybe the reason why there's so many returning enemies is specifically because the game is kind of directionless, and they want people to be able to just explore and pick up things. Like, what's going to stop players from dropping items that they may or may not know if they need it later? Oh, it's still disarmed, huh? Hmm. I wonder if that magical key can actually... again, I still don't know when or where I got that from. I wonder if that's something you can use in place of the open spell. Hold on. Oh, so apparently you can't find Epi without the compass. Because it's supposed to be hidden in the forest. So that's what the compass was for. Oh, the flute allows you to exit dungeons infinitely. Ah, the miracle key opens. So that was apparently something that we got in that prison. The Biomalay Tower. And it unlocks normal and magical doors. Oh, and the wand is not just a weapon, it can also be used to escape from battles infinitely. Huh. But you probably need to buy a second copy. Seems like that's something similar to a feature in Phantasy Star 2 that I wasn't aware of, and that there are pieces of equipment that can automatically cast spells. I don't want to leave the dungeon if possible, so we're gonna give everyone some burgers. Ah. Nice. So apparently if you don't visit this guy... We missed something. Because the sky is progression, but we need to find the soothsayer and his crystal, or else we'll just die. Oh no, the miracle key was in this dungeon, apparently. I'm looking at the map. Apparently we missed something on the first floor. So we're just gonna exit. And we're just gonna go back and heal. Really? So apparently we missed one turn at the beginning of the dungeon. And then we did the entire dungeon thinking, hey, we can come back to that. Or maybe I didn't notice. Maybe it was behind a invisible wall that I didn't see. This is for the best anyway, because I don't know how hard the final boss is going to be. I think it's weird that there's a green space here. I think that that spot that we had in the dungeon where I thought that that's where Damore would be is in fact just a bug. Again, this whole mapping system was added to this version specifically. It's a new thing. It's not something that actually existed in the original version in any respect. So it's not like it's actually automated or properly based on anything internal in the game's logic. Yeah, let's hit up the church. Nope. I mean, my brother's still dead, but, you know. Apparently there's nothing you can do about that. The wizard in our party can apparently resurrect the dead now, too, and, you know, he hasn't offered to help. I'm assuming the reason why we're doing this, then, is that they might confiscate it if we do have it. And then, if we want to get back to Paseo to speak with the governor, we would just have to go back to Scion and get more secrets. I don't know. I think there's something interesting about these old games, and just the way that they handled these menus. With, like, the white on black. Yep, we didn't fully explore the first floor. Whoops! What's wacky is that you actually go straight from this dungeon to the final boss, apparently. Oh, got another shit sword. Jesus. Yeah, you're... Okay, never mind, I take it back. Those guys... seem like a big deal. Oh, no, never mind. The, IMLA prison, or whatever that's supposed to be, just seems to be bugged, but this map is working fine. It's gonna be a bomb. Yep. There's a treasure chest in the middle of the path. I'm the great Demore, soothsayer. Do you believe in my prophecies? Sure. Good. You're searching for something? Yup. Good. You're searching for Alex Oseo. Hmm? Yeah? Good. Everything I've said is correct? No. You contradict the great Demore? No. Of course not. You are a promising young lass. I would give you a Magic Christopher reward. Leave my sight, unbeliever. What does who is Alex and what do they have to do anything? I'm just trying to think if that's supposed to be like some kind of sort of translation error. Adexu. Classic? Hmm? Yeah. I don't know. Well, I'm Googling that. If that's like one of the localizers, that would be stupid. It is. Alex Osale or Osale Kota, real name Kotaro Hayashida. Apparently he designed Alex Kidd. And that's why there's a lot of Alex characters in games like Golden Axe and Altered Beast. So that's just like that random NPC that's just like, do you love Sega games? Yeah, that was a weird one, because that's such a non sequitur. See, I feel like that should have been the NPC to ask, do you love Sega games? And if you say no, he's like, be gone, then non-believer. That would have been really fucking funny. Instead, we just get this weird curveball, but there's no penalty for refusing, so... Worker. Yeah. That's the weird thing, though. Ichiban loves actually, that is the weirdest thing, now that I think about it. The fact that Ichiban loves Dragon Quest and not Phantasy Star. The notion that Ichiban, who is basically Sega's mascot right now, for being honest, next to Sonic, is talking about this Nintendo game he loved. Where the fuck are we going? Again, we've had this conversation already about, like, how everyone wants, like, college-age Persona, and, like, that's what, Like a Dragon is now. Although it's more like millennial Persona. The real answer is that people want the Persona aesthetic for something that's more relatable than high school students. So that's why, you know, Like a Dragon doesn't really cut the mustard there. You know, aesthetic is important. Because, like, I'll even say myself, I prefer the aesthetic of Yakuza Like a Dragon compared to, Infinite Wealth, and a lot of that is just due to the music, honestly. I mean, the irony is that they're still supporting Phantasy Star Online 2, so it's not like they've forgotten about it. It's just that they don't want to give the original the time of day. What's weird is that apparently in Phantasy Star Online 2, there are, like, appearances of, like, Alice, as kind of like a cameo character or something. You come in full knowledge of the Tower of Bayamale. Go back before it is too late. You will surely incur the wrath of the heavens. But it's just crazy to me thinking of, like, all the spin-offs that exist that I haven't even touched. Like, again, Phantasy Star Portable, Phantasy Star Zero. I didn't even remember were things, to be honest. I think there was also, like, an anime based on one of the Phantasy Star properties, if I'm not mistaken. Like, one of the newer ones. I'm just so desperate for them to come back to the original series, though. Yeah, he's in his 40s, so that makes sense. Ugh. Does that even make sense chronologically? Or is he like... I'm not doing math. I guess he must have been in his teens then when he was playing, like, Dragon Quest, right? It's just hard to get a feel for that because of, the backstory you get is his karaoke, you know? And you know what's a bummer? The fact that that Buck Bumble never got released on one of the virtual consoles. All right. Everything is done. Now we can beat the game. Dungeon has been mapped. Oh no. Bye. That would have been fucking hilarious, actually. You know, timeline-wise, they could have maybe made that work, because that game was probably in planning when Yakuza 0 was in development, at least late development. But they probably hadn't hashed out the character details, because Ichiban's actual debut was in, like, the online game, wasn't it? So maybe I'm getting my timeline mixed up. Because then there was it. No, never mind. Yeah, my timeline's all fucked up because those games come out so frequently. Because there was 6, and then there was online, and then a whole bunch of other stuff. It just feels like there was a short gap between 0 and Like a Dragon, because nobody gave a shit about 6. Yep. I'll probably be wrapping this up. Man, this just goes and goes and goes. All right, finally. Something that I wish more games would do is the thing that this does, where like you get to the top of the tower and then you go to that one tree on the map and it's just a screen. It's not like a town or anything. It's just like, oh, you interacted with this thing and you're in a first-person perspective of the zone, and now you have like your commands, like what do you want to do here? You know, search, use item, you know, recruit with your team. There's, again, there's something about first-person perspective RPGs that, I don't know, I feel there's something special about that. Alright, what do we want to do here, Q-wise? Well, we're gonna need to use Cure on everyone. Alright, so apparently, from here, we are able to use the prism. Alice raises the prism towards the sky. A vision of a celestial castle appear in the sky. Nuts. Use. Meow ate the nut of Lerma. When Meow eats the nuts of Lerma, he becomes clothed in flame and emits a blinding light. When he is visible again, he has been transformed into a beautiful winged beast. Meow flaps his wings proudly. Let's go! Remember, everyone, feed your cat a nut and grows wings. Uh-oh. We have been intercepted. Protect seems to just be worse than Wall for some reason, and I'm not sure why. Gold Dragon is killed. Alright. Oh, there's actually a town up here. A bunch of old people. Don't believe your own eyes in the depth of the dungeons. Don't go against Lassic. Oh, that's a pet snake, I guess. Yeah, can I get a mango Lassic to go with my butter chicken? All right. And it's all gold. For some reason, I didn't consider that this would be another dungeon. I mean, how long can this be? It's just some dude's mansion. Thank goodness. Hmm. I definitely feel like ending the last stream where we did was a good idea. I'm actually quite surprised how much more of this game was left. Uh-oh. I appreciate that this is, you know, after that gigantic tower, I'm appreciating that this is fairly linear. It's still longer than I want it to be, but, you know. What I find strange is that I saw a bunch of people complaining about, like, navigating dungeons in Phantasy Star 2, but I never really found it too difficult. I did have an issue that stopped my first playthrough of Phantasy Star 4. I don't think I've ever actually played it start to finish, to be completely honest. I always remember playing up to a specific point, and when I first got the game, there were save files from another person that allowed me to experience most of the world that was unlocked at that point. And when I owned it, I got to a certain point, and there's a tower where it kind of cuts off the perspective of the tower, and there's basically like a tunnel that goes from one tower to another, and I as a kid I just assumed that that was a wall that I couldn't pass through, and so I didn't know how to keep playing the game, and the internet was not a resource at that point, so I ended up trading it to a friend for another game, and then they had no problem. I was like, oh, how did you get past that point? And it was so, like, insignificant to them that they couldn't even remember what the fuck I was talking about until I eventually played through that point on the cartridge again. And then they're like, oh yeah, just walk through here. It's like, oh my god. And that's why I got rid of the game in the first place, because I couldn't fucking figure it out. And I have watched all your actions. Attack me now if you dare. Shadow. Is this not Dr. Mad? Alright. But it's only Elastic, but I'm only Elastic Shadow. Even if you defeat me, I've gained nothing at all. Wasn't expecting there to be dialogue. So I wonder if that means that, like, Dr. Mad was just Lassic experimenting, and if they were trying to figure out something about, like, Meow's species or something. I don't know why you know, talking cat would be like a running, like an ongoing thing. Maybe there was some sort of prophecy they heard. It was like, yeah, they're gonna get fucking screwed over because these people fed a talking cat a nut. And they were able to reach your magic castle. And now it's starting to overstay its welcome with these symmetrical floors. See, I'd love to play through Dragon Quest 1, just like I eventually plan to play through Final Fantasy 1 on stream when I get the Pixel Remaster. Problem is that the Switch version of Dragon Quest uses the ugly mobile port that has, like, redone sprites, and it's like, I want to play through Dragon Quest with the proper NES sprites. Because that's what I have nostalgia for. I don't care that it has a fancy redone soundtrack. I want to play the original version just upscaled without having to, like, emulate it. Maybe we'll get a Dragon Quest collection for Steam. But if that's gonna happen, fucking Dragon Quest 3 is gonna have to actually come out. There are so many HD 2D games that have come out, or whatever Square Enix's label for that was, except for, like, the second one that was announced. Because I'm pretty sure, like, after Octopath Traveler, Dragon Quest 3 was, like, the first one. But then there's been Octopath Traveler 2, there was the HD 2D content in Final Fantasy 6, there was Live Alive, probably some others that I just am forgetting. Oh, that's not quite symmetrical. Oh, Red Dragon. Distinctly more dragons in this than future games, because they decided to lean more heavily into the sci-fi aspects. And again, I feel it bears repeating. This was done before the Super Nintendo Final Fantasy Dragon Quest, so it wasn't even like a knee-jerk reaction to anything that Square or Enix were doing. I always thought that was one of the interesting aspects of this series, and that it doesn't feel like it was attempting to compete with anything, it was just always kind of its own thing. This very much likely inspired by the first drive. No. Yes, Final Fantasy and this came out at like almost exactly the same time. Like December of '89, I think. But Dragon Quest came out a year earlier. Now, my children, you have done very well to come this far. You are very lucky indeed. You really wish to kill an old man? Yep. Alright, then, we will forget this as an unfortunate mistake. Not the kind of boss theme I expected this to have. Ooh. Oh god. Protection does nothing. Oh, well that sucks. Oh boy. Oh boy. Lassic is killed. Lassic has died. Alice accomplished her wish. Nero is satisfied now in heaven. Hurry to the governor. Alice uses the flute. The sound is heartwarming. Alice feels very light. Well, everybody died. Alright, turns out final boss is hella real. Jesus, alright. Alice takes out nuts. Meow isn't hungry, so she puts the food back. This is fun. To leave the air castle, either Meow or Alice must be alive. If Meow is dead, Alice must have enough magic points to use the fly spell. If both Meow and Alice are dead, Noah must have enough magic to resurrect one of them. If Noah is also dead, or does not have enough magic points to use the rise spell, then the party must have a transfer to travel back to a church. If not, then the remaining party members will be trapped on the air castle. That's another soft lock. Alright. Well. Yeah, I was resurrected. Odin's resurrected. That was fortuitous. So, I mean, hey, can we use the spacebar now? That would make sense. Oh, well... That seems weird. I'd like to keep that item. I'm actually kind of impressed that they decided to make the final boss as hard as he was. Granted, they were only really difficult because your defensive magic actually didn't work for no good reason. I wonder if we were supposed to use the crystal. Yep, not the Uzo. I need to know, because the entire point of the Land Rover was to drive over these. Okay, so that works. Why? Weird. Huh? Alright. It has something strange. Where is the governor, I wonder? So to proceed in this dungeon, you actually have to hit the floors, the floor drops, if you end up disarming those traps. Which in this version you might, if you see one like coming up. Then you can't proceed unless you go back up a floor to reset things, I guess. Seems this is just a random encounter, so we could probably run if we wanted to. Nope. Alright. I am almost impressed with how much this last leg of the game just drags on. Get it? Drag on? Haha. Giants. Oh, you're new. Mean and green. Ow. Ow. I like how it looks like their arm is like just stretching out. Like a cartoon. We could. Also, because this is the way the internet works now. Someone would also want the word goon to be used in there. It's one of those words that's really gotten a lot of traction recently. It's existed for a long time, but I don't think we're allowed to technically use the word on Twitch, but it's very reminiscent of when CUCK became popular as a disparaging remark. Although people tend to use goon more ironically than anything else. Oh! Dark Falls. So this is something that they've kind of flip-flop on in that recent games like Phantasy Star Universe and Phantasy Star Zero use the term Dark Falls, but the later classic games make use of the term Dark Force when referring back to the events of the first game. So note that there's no HP value. Apparently it's 400 though. And as a result, we have no idea how much damage we're actually doing. Woo! Okay. Yikes. Oh, and he gets 2 turns? That's cool. This is a more interesting final boss theme. I know Cthulhu's. Oh, there goes Meow. Not enough magic. Oh, there goes Noah. Oh, maybe not. I don't think there's anything I can really use here. Damn, this is a serious fight. Yeah, let's go. Dark Falls is killed. I'm sorry. I must have been possessed body and soul by evil. You rescued our world just in the nick of time. If you had come any later, it might have been too late. We all thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Alice, your father was once king of Algol. The dark castle has been destroyed. Lasek killed. Do you, Alice, wish to ascend your father's throne and become the queen of Algol? Huh. That sounds pretty baller, honestly. Sure. And you are the very queen of the entire system. I will assist you in all ways possible. Okay. So we're the fucking queen of the solar system. Let's fucking go. Sky gradually clears. And the peace is returned to the Algol system. A gentle breeze caresses by a Malay. But does the breeze knows of the hardships that they endured? Yeah. Alice. And he was similarly difficult in that he owed him. Noah. And Meow. In that protection magic didn't seem to work at all. Even though the memories of evil fade away, their names will be kept in the hearts of the people of the Algol forever. That's fun. Oh yeah? Oh, that's so good! Oh! Oh yes! There he is. Osale Kota. Story by April Fool. Huh. Good game to play in April, I guess. But yeah, he had like thunder magic that would hit the entire party, and Meow's wall did nothing. Gamer Miki! I wonder why, like, back in the day, everyone had nicknames like this. Or if maybe it was like weird transliterations, chaotic Kaz, of like the kanji. I don't know. Rocky now. Satomorian. Meow Choco. Jiche. Yone-san. Noah's protection magic disappeared. The exact turn he used it on, so I didn't get to test it out. Bow. Works Nishi. Soft check. Calm Blue. Mwakan Atsi. Moo Yuji. Also, we could have gotten soft locked in Lassek's castle. Because you need either Alice to fly away, you need Meow alive to feed him another nut to escape, or you need Noah to resurrect one of them to do that. And so luckily Alice had enough MP to use Fly. I want to see what happens if he refused to become the queen. Probably nothing significant. Ah, really? Interesting. Part of me was thinking that back in the day there just weren't any hard rules about accrediting your staff, which, you know, is technically part of the problem as well. But I think it was just a case where it's like, yeah, no, put whatever you want in there. Like, there was no formal nature to it, and it's like, video games aren't a real job. So just put your weird, like, alias in there. Damn, that's a lot of damage. Possibly. Oh, right. Health-wise... Because, yeah, I mean, once Noah's out of MP, we don't really need him. So keeping Odin alive is going to be more significant, I reckon. Anna, thank you for the resub. You now have access to the new, drink emote. Get your nog on. There were a lot of name changes in the early games, Cthulhu's, and there's no good reason for any of them, if I'm being completely honest. I mean, obviously they didn't think that that Lutz would be a recurring character, so that's part of it. But there are a lot of renames in something that's gonna be really frustrating for our local fire sprite here is that there's literally a red-haired character in Phantasy Star 2 that in Japanese their name was Anne, and of course that would have been pronounced. Well, no, actually that would have been just An in Japanese, I suppose. But for some reason, their name was localized as Amy, and then a character named Amiya was localized as Anna. But Amiya has... she's like a warrior lady with blonde hair. Still very cool. Still one of the coolest characters in the game, but... You know, I'm just saying, for branding purposes, could have had a good thing going. I think the decision to have no HP value for Dark Falls is really interesting. Alright, now to slog it out, we can no longer cure. How about wall? Nope. Alright, put the cat in attack mode. Let's go! We did it again. No. No, that's fine, if you so desire. You'll always be welcome here. So does that change anything? How much I cared about Overwatch still, but I just like that's a game that I have zero interest in returning to. What does the breeze knows of the hardships that they endure? Does the breeze knows? Oh, what flavor of ice cream? All right, well, didn't seem like there were any major changes. All right, turn to the start menu. Got our monster guide. All right. Let's see, which ones haven't we read? Skull N, an undead monster that roams in outdoor areas and deserts. It resembles a skeleton, but its attack power is on a whole different level. White, an eerie shadow crawling silently within the labyrinths. If gazed upon by those twinkling eyes deep within the recesses of its hood, you'll become completely helpless. Executor. As their name suggests, executors commonly carry out a death sentence for anything regarded as an enemy. To this end, they are unwavering and relentless. Evilhead, a native tribe of the frozen planet Dezoris. Their combat ability is higher than other Dezorians, but they can only communicate through Tela. Zombie, living dead that haunt the Guaron morgue. They attack while spreading their vile putrescence. Magician, despite their keen intellect, they will attack without reason or regard. They have been witnessed across the galaxy and throughout history. Wyvern, a monster with a snake-like body and huge wings strong enough to carry it skyward, spews fire from its mouth and is an extremely dangerous foe. Giant monster with green skin. Despite its giant size, it can launch its fist with an unbelievable speed. Frostman, an ice warrior found on the frozen planet Dezoris. They are cool and cold-hearted when tracking down their target. Shadow, a double that skulks about Lassic. Despite his name, don't underestimate the attack power of its mechanized body. Mammoth, an ancient creature with a long nose. Its thick skin will repel any half-hearted attacks. Titan guards the aeroprism in a freezing land. Attacks with a ferocious punch. White dragon, a white ice dragon. It is said that its breath can freeze anything, but it's still orange-red. Blue dragon. No. Gold dragon, the greatest foe that stands in the way of any who would seek the air castle. If Meow is defeated, everyone will be tossed tumbling into the sky. Oh, that's an interesting condition. Lassic, the king of Palma. He was once a benevolent ruler, but he became obsessed with an evil cult. And in exchange for immortality, he cast the Ogle system into upheaval. I see, the succubus is just the head of Darkfalls, a creature that gives birth to darkness. Worshipped by royalty since Lassic, this evil god resurrects every 1,000 years. However, everything surrounding it is shrouded in mystery. 2 times attack, 255 max value. All right, 510 hit points. Interesting. I wonder if they changed that for this version. It's supposed to be 400. Can we look at the manual? Hold on, is this going to be captured? Yeah. I want to see if there's anything fun in there. Let's see here. Ooh. Yeah, apart from the chunks of hazelnuts, that sounds amazing. I just don't like crunchy nut. I don't know why I phrased it like that, but... Hello? Oh, Amazon web server is down, or that hyperlink no longer works. Well, that is Phantasy Star. Oh, and that's Meow with the silver fang. Oh, that's funny. It's like a double-bladed karambit. They just hold in their mouth. Was that some fun art, or was that just random Sega stuff, actually, on that little splash? Oh, that's it. Bit of a spoiler for the next one. Oh no, this is all just the Sega Ages. But interesting, they're using Nay from Phantasy Star 2. Huh. Oh, that is Phantasy Star defeated. Actually, I shouldn't do that until I back up my data, just as a reminder. If I ever subscribe to Nintendo Switch Online again. All right. Phantasy Star done. Time for Phantasy Star 2. So mute the capture card again. Switch over here and end my recording.